A post from r/WeightLossAdvice written by BN91 reads, "What are you guys doing to fight nighttime cravings? I do great all day. I eat my dinner, and then I just can't stop after that. I don't know why, I just don't even feel content after dinner. I'm like a bottomless pit." Blondie Kathleen says, "Sugar-free hard candies. I happen to like the lemon flavour, an apple or a Fibre One brownie." Jen Connolly's Browse says, "On average, hunger peaks in humans at 8 p.m. So, at least you aren't alone. It's just hormones. If you can, try intermittent fasting. If not, leave yourself 150 calories and have some Greek yogurt or something." OP replies, "I used to do the intermittent fasting and it was actually working well for me. I think I might start back in with it. And when I was doing it, Greek yogurt was actually my last meal of every day. It sort of became my dessert." OK Security 7543 says, "I try to sleep early." Lick My Brian replies, "I find my sleep is negatively affected if I eat too late, so I just go to bed at 9 every day. I'll stay up late on weekends, and then those cravings really fire up." Strystyle says, "Are you getting adequate protein and fibre? What about hydration? Sleep? To a certain extent, it will require you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable for a little while as you break the habit. Sometimes it's the body wanting more nutrients. Sometimes it's the brain wanting more rewards. Best of luck." Valley Ghoul says, "Personally, I feel comfortable occasionally giving myself a small portion of a craving. But if you have a history of binging, I wouldn't recommend." Soft Lemon says, "Try electrolytes in a glass of water. I used to get the nighttime hunger and this mostly curbed it." Algeem84 says, "You may not be eating enough throughout the day, but it could be habitual. The brain says it's 8 p.m. and time to snack while watching TV, even though you may not be physically hungry. If physically hungry, I would say you're not eating enough throughout the day. If emotional hunger, try drinking water or tea with some honey and lemon, or simply go to sleep earlier. More sleep is good for you anyway." Agitated Habit 1321 says, "Recently I've been having tea before bed. It helps. Also thinking about the way I want to feel in the morning, and telling myself that I'll eat again in time." Sajando says, "I tell myself I can have it tomorrow. I also tell myself that anything I eat 4 hours before bed will make my sleep quality suffer, which will make tomorrow harder. I want a better today and a better tomorrow, so I hold on out. I also make sure the meals I do have are actually filling, so high in protein and high in fibre. I even include some potatoes due to their #1 spot on the satiety index. My final hack is capping off my nutritious meals with a planned small sweet treat to proactively curb cravings. I finish eating before 8 p.m, satisfied and all food noise gone." Sunbreaker83 says, "There's no easy answer. You have to change the pattern of eating at night. I try to go to upstairs and not hang around the kitchen too much. Your night cravings will decrease over time once you get out of the habit of snacking at night. It sucks, but that's how weight loss goes." PAngel111 says, "Try and have more protein, brush teeth, and go to bed. Feel proud of myself that when I wake up, I've gotten through one more day." The Venlo says, "I go for a run after dinner. I don't feel hungry after sports for some reason." Ruchi Sampat says, "I reduce myself to 2 meals a day with morning tea and dried fruits. Some days, if I get the nighttime cravings, I eat some more dried fruits and nuts and remind myself that the packet of chips I will have isn't worth the 300 kcal I burned today with 1 hour of exercise. Also, keeping unhealthy food inaccessible has been helpful. It doesn't work every day, but has helped a little. There are still days I may give in to my cravings, but I ensure it's not a habit and is not repeated the next day." Trick Acceptable 2332 says, "I found that a sweetened, flavoured hot tea really helps. I love dandelion tea, which also helps with digestion. 1 or 2 bites of chocolate if I'm still struggling." The Real Sir Toby Belch says, "Recently I've been mixing casein powder with roughly equal amounts of water, so instead of a shake, I get a pudding-like consistency. I stick it in the fridge for an hour and have it about an hour before I go to bed. It's quite nice and filling and tastes desserty." EmoEmu4 says, "The only thing that helped me was to stop eating 3 hours prior to sleep, and I made this a rule for myself. Then I saw the benefits beyond weight management. My sleep is 1000% better, and that was the motivation to keep me going. It took a little while to stick to, but I've probably only eaten close to bedtime maybe 5 times in the past 8 months. Your brain does adapt." Exofdixo says, "I intermittent fast and always save 100 to 150 calories for my late-night dessert cravings. I eat mochi pretty much every day for dessert. It's approximately 80 calories. Sandwich No 458 says, I eat some healthy yogurt full of protein, with sliced almonds sprinkled on top, and a bowl of fruit like cut-up watermelon, cantaloupe, or Honeycrisp apples. Or a bowl of steel-cut oats with smashed bananas, nutmeg cinnamon, and a few chocolate chips on top. I don't go to bed hungry because life is too short for misery. I might also stretch, take a shower and grab a book. Manage the evening with a plan. Delirium Treeman 0000 says, a decaf tricks me into thinking I'm doing fine. But ideally, cravings happen due to lack of protein, so do check in on your nutrition. Oh, and water too. Hydration plays a huge role. Marte says, 1 tablespoon of natural peanut butter, straight out of the jar, pure protein injection that really satisfies without taking too much damage. Kennedy 86 says, protein shake between the hours of 2 to 4 helps with nighttime hunger. Cold Camp 8498 says, I have been saving 300 calories for the evening to have some high-volume filling foods as part of my night routine while I am winding down. I can handle a little hunger during the day, but night is out of the question for me. It also feels like a prize. Admirable Action 153 says, don't drink alcohol, drink 2 glasses of water and try to eat a few stalks of celery. Tiny Vic says, what helps me and eliminates 90% of my late-night cravings? I skip breakfast and drink a protein coffee with sugar-free almond milk. Total 140 calories and 18 grams of protein. This keeps me happy until lunch. Then lunch I usually eat until I've got half of my daily calories so that there's still enough left for dinner. I also try to make sure to include enough protein in my dinner, since protein keeps you full longer. If you've got a sweet tooth, you could try some low-calorie desserts or yogurt with sweeteners instead of sugar. After dinner, I rarely feel hungry, and if I get a craving, I grab some zero soda, and that's it for me. A similar post by anapatzzzz says, the overwhelming hunger I have at night, it's not normal. What are some tips you have to stop eating at night? I have an amazing balanced diet until 10 p.m. hits and then all goes downhill. I try to force myself to sleep, but the thoughts don't let me. I usually have to take a bunch of melatonin, valerian root, melissa flower and chamomile until I calm down and can finally sleep. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I eat generous portions of protein and vegetables throughout the day, and clearly it's not physical hunger, only cravings. Has someone also gone through this? I had a UTI some weeks ago, so I couldn't eat after 8 p.m. for like a week because of the medication I was taking, and dropped 7 pounds just like that. This is my biggest hindrance when trying to lose weight. An exchange between OP and Avalo55 reads, actually, it is pretty normal. When you are tired or sleep deprived, your body produces more of your hunger hormone ghrelin. Ghrelin literally makes you crave simple carbs and junk food to have the energy to make it through the day, or in your case, to stay alert at night. The only real way to reduce the cravings is to prioritize sleep. You need 7 to 9 hours a night. There is lots online about good sleep hygiene and how you can improve yours. OP. Makes total sense. I sleep around 12 hours every day though. I work afternoon shifts, so I wake up around 11, work out, start work at 3, and try to be in bed by midnight. I definitely think sleep deprivation is not my case, lol. I think perhaps has more to do with boredom. I'm not usually tired or sleepy when I go to bed. I scroll my phone until I fall asleep or the melatonin hits. Dravalo55. Well, people who work night shifts and different shifts still have the issue with ghrelin because circadian rhythms are disrupted. So yes, it can still be about your sleep schedule. OP. Even if I work from home, I thought it wouldn't apply because I don't have a stressful or demanding job and spend most of my time at home, which is a healthy environment I enjoy being in. But now that you mention it, I'll do more research on it. I feel like I just need to crack the code on why my appetite's this way. Also, when my period is coming, this gets 10 times worse. Druvlo55. While your stress hormone is cortisol, it can cause some cravings for fatty comfort foods and can make it harder to lose midsection fat, but it serves a different function than ghrelin. Sleep schedules and circadian rhythm apply no matter where you work. When our ancestors lived in caves, they too worked from home too, but needed to survive famine and make quick escapes. So the hormone responses saved them. They just keep us fat. TC in the town corrects circadian. A deleted commenter says, I have the same problem, and drinking a serving or two of psyllium husk fibre supplement after dinner really helps by making me feel more full. OP replies, "Oh, that's a good tip. We'll try to get some psyllium husk, but no idea where." SysVega84 adds, "Be careful with it. You must drink lots of water. It can set up like concrete in the bowels, causing horrible constipation. It happened to me." Deleted Commentor replies to OP, "I think you can find it at pretty much every grocery store in the supplement section." Fally Waffles says, "With me, I'm not sure that it was genuine hunger, but a fixation. There's something very nice about the idea of curling up in the evening with a big pile of food, usually snack-type foods or cereal to toast. And for a long time I felt deprived going without. I attacked it from two angles. I started meds for ADHD, late diagnosis, explained a lot which dramatically improved my impulse control, and I started to pencil in an evening snack within my calories, if I wanted one, between 200 to 300 calories with a cup of tea. 9.5 times out of 10, I don't need anything else. I used to be a binge monster at night though, especially if I had no calories left for a snack I liked. I'd snap and eat the entire cupboard. Maybe different for you, but I am willing to bet it's an underlying psychological cause, and once you unravel that, you can control the night urges. But leaving yourself calories in budget for a snack that you enjoy, up to 300 calories that isn't too insubstantial, a couple of slices of toast for example with a hot drink, will help." OP replies, "Wow, thank you for sharing your experience. In my case, the second I have a bite of food, I can't stop. So I try with all my heart to not start eating, because if I have a simple snack, I usually have fruit lollipops in the fridge, I get even more hungry. It's insane, it's like the less I eat, the more I can control myself, which now that I'm typing it out may sound like some form of BED. I don't know, I'm grasping at straws here trying to understand myself. So yeah, I tried doing the leaving some calories for before bed, but it only causes me to go insane and eat everything. If I just drink water, it's usually easier to control, but the anxiety is still there. Also, falling asleep with a full stomach is one of the best feelings in the world." Farley Waffles replies, "I definitely don't think that's real hunger then, while not necessarily BED. If you're worried it might be, see your doctor. It certainly sounds like eating something at night seems to trigger a binge-like response. You could try doing a bit of digging, journaling helps for me, and your self-questions about what feelings or memories you have that could be related to why this happens to you. I did a similar thing when I went through therapy a couple of years ago to figure out why I self-sabotaged weight loss attempts, and once I cracked it, I got past the problem. If you do suspect possible BED, definitely talk to your doctor about it. There are treatments and therapies for it, as far as I've heard. Good luck with it. I know it's tough. Hang in there." For the Feel says magnesium supplement may help. Dazili asks, "Which one?" There are at least 6 different magnesiums. Stunning hot wife answers, glycinate. Niceyol says, "Adding flax seeds or chia seeds to meals helped me stay full and very satiated. I actually tried to binge a little today after having a protein shake with flax seeds, and I couldn't do it because I was literally so satiated, LOL. At night, I basically have to force myself to just stay in my room away from the kitchen. Out of sight, out of mind.